How we doing? We're gonna do our top 3 chest exercises today. I'm just gonna show you exactly what I've done to build my chest from this, so like really tiny, we'll put a picture right here, to this, to where it's currently at. Still got a little bit more growth, but the thing is, I've only been consistently training my chest for around a year and a half, and it's been able to explode pretty quickly. The number one that I wanna focus on from the jump is incline barbell bench press. Jeff Niffer talks about this all the time, and I've been a big advocate of it as well. I was doing a small lob, just regular bench press for the longest time, but it doesn't bias the top fibers. And the thing is, you need to make sure that you have an exercise that biases those, because if you're doing incline, it also works the rest of your chest. So let's go find that real quick. We got the incline barbell. Basically, all we're gonna do is make sure that we got the form proper, and we're just hitting the certain line as when we go on the way down. All we wanna do is make sure that we have eccentric movement emphasized. Eccentric, once again, is going on the way down, balancing gravity, and then we wanna go up really fast. I don't wanna be arching my back like crazy like this when I'm on here too. That usually happens when you start going really heavy. I wanna make sure that my back's as flat as possible to the thing, so I can also get some delt activation. But I'm gonna go relatively wide. The closer I go, I'm gonna use more of my arms. Farther out, I'm gonna use more of my chest. I'm up, and all I'm gonna do is go down, try and touch my nipple line with the bar. If you feel any pain in your shoulders or your elbows when you're at this point, just keep it up here. I wouldn't recommend going any lower. You should be able to get to this point if you, once, like one thing, have like good genetics that enable you to get here, good anthropometrics. But another piece, you do a good amount of rehab for your elbows and your shoulders. So once again, slow on the way down, power up. I typically I'm doing this 4 times a week, and it's growing my shoulders, or chest and shoulders quite a bit. What I'd recommend to do though is 4 sets, 8 to 12, slow and controlled on the way down, heavy on the way up. Maybe around 70%, 65% of your 1 rep max, okay? We'll go to the next one. Okay, next up is this chest fly. Basically, this is a very familiar exercise in the gym, very familiar machine. You wanna go relatively heavy on this. And what I want you to focus on is 2 things. Obviously, make sure that the seat is level or like low enough so that your chest line is similar to this. If the seat's way up here, then I'm not gonna get the same amount of stretch, same amount of activation in my chest. I gotta be the same line and angle as here with my chest line. Explained okay there. All I'm gonna do is pull with my chest. My elbows are gonna push the weight as far away as possible from me as possible. So I don't wanna be squeezing when I get here this close to me. If you go on the side, you can show this. There's a big difference between going here and going way out here. When I'm way out here, I'm gonna feel way more chest activation right in the middle of my chest. And that's where we wanna feel it. Really big stretch on the outside of your chest, and when I get to the middle, I'm gonna feel it right in the middle, and try and get both of those chesticles to touch together. So once again, I'm here, wide as part as possible. I'm gonna go as far away as possible as I can, heavy weight, slow on the way down, and try and go as wide as possible to feel really good stretch. Once again, I don't wanna be in here, elbows tucked. Far away as possible, push the weight away from me, and then all the way back down. Okay, that's number 2. For this one, what I recommend doing is between 10 and 12 sets. Usually these exercises, if you're a little bit bigger, 10 to 12 reps, sorry. 10 to 12 reps, 3 to 4 sets I recommend for this piece. Once again, this is an easier movement compared to a barbell bench press. You can go pretty heavy on this one and not worry about injuries and those types of things. Just be mindful of this. This is the last piece. I don't wanna be out here at the very start, because notice this, I don't feel any stretch on my pec. I wanna be able to pull it back to a position if it wants to go. There's no other spot. That's the farthest. I wanna be in a position where my pec is stretched from the jump, so when I'm in this position, I'm still having tension on the muscle, but it's in that stretch. Okay, third one I recommend is dips, and you can go weighted dips or body weight depending on like what your strength levels are. Currently, I'll go weighted dips. I don't have the belt with me right now, but 2 things I recommend on this piece. Obviously, this body weight movement is super easy to conduct, but I wanna make sure that these are as wide as possible. The wider they are, the more chest focus I can get compared to my arms. It's the same thing as a push-up. If I'm closer together, I'm gonna use more of my triceps compared to being farther apart, then I'm gonna use more of my chest. So I'm gonna be in this position, as firm grip as possible. When I lift myself up, I wanna try and tilt my hips back as far as possible. That's gonna put more stretch and more tension on the chest. So notice that compared to straight up. you're gonna feel much more tension on the chest. So I'm here, I go down, then I'm up. On the way down, slow. You wanna get to a point where you're at least 90 or a little bit below it, and then you're gonna push back up. This to failure. I love doing this one to failure because not only is it a body weight exercise, so you can try and rep it out as much as possible. If you put weight on it, and you're able to progressively get up to 1 plate, 2 plate, 3 plate, and go to failure on this type of thing, you're gonna grow your chest pretty significantly. 2 sets to failure, what I recommend. And that's it. So those are 3 exercises that I recommend from the jump. If you're trying to grow your chest significantly, I'm gonna put my program or my link to my program down below that I'm currently doing. It's the CNS 49-day cooker. And in there right now, it has a small off program. It's free, by the way. A small off program where 4 times a week I'm doing incline bench, and it's just making my chest grow so much quicker than I expected. If you want to try something out like that and you feel like your chest genetics or your chest is currently smaller, give it a try. Other than that, hope you have a great day. Let me know what types of videos you want. Cheers.